the illusion of control.
Oh, yes.
That's a big one for me.
Oh, yes.
So you're saying that we're in fact not controlling even the thoughts, you know.
Some control you have, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We also carry some exaggerated ideas about control, but some control we have. The most effective and most auspicious control you have is to not follow the stream of thoughts that are calling you into play. You can keep the attention right here. In neutrality is the best. So therefore, seeing of what is appearing, not trying to stop the mind, let the mind play, but you don't follow. You see, you cannot be troubled by any thought which has no meaning for you. It cannot live in you. It doesn't leave any footprints in the consciousness. Only those thoughts which carry some psychological force, some personal implication, these thoughts will come and they will molest you because you invest some energy. A thought cannot exist without you. No thought is self-employed. Requires your investment of energy, your belief, interest. All of this energizes it and gives it life. You are thinking thoughts into existence. So control is very much also one of the obsessions of consciousness when it identifies. Because why the need for control? Identification with the body makes the consciousness feels vulnerable. Identification with the body and the sense of doership with the body, the consciousness feels vulnerable because it sees that the body is not permanent. It can be injured, it can die. So if it identifies and holds the body, it will feel it can die. That's with body identification. With mind identification, then consciousness feels responsible. Feels guilt, feels shame, feels I did the wrong action. So you don't touch these. Let them be there. Let them function by themselves. You need it. You, the consciousness, need this body to continue tasting and experiencing. But you don't need to identify, I am the body. It's not necessary. The body will still be there, whether you identify with it or not.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then this feeling, the need to control, will itself thin out. Some fear can happen, of course. Don't say things cannot happen. They can happen. Even in the mind of the sage, some feelings happen, reactions happen. But they don't raise any resistance. Say, oh yes, but this body, anything can happen. But the witnessing of this apparent event also happens. Maybe some momentary, and then everything settles again into stillness, automatically. So if this movement, this habit to control arises, stay in the place where as just the witness of it, witnessing it, without identifying. Or you can find out who needs to control so much. Who needs control? Who is the controller? Can the controller be found? I've been asking this type of question all over every part of the world that we've been privileged to go. I've asked this question. Everyone says, I am doing this, it's happening to me. So could you introduce this me? Go now. How long it will take you? Raise this me into view. The one who needs to control, the one who is afraid. Go there and see if you can find it. Is it tangible? Can it be seen? Does it have quality? Turn your attention there and share your findings. Anybody is invited for this question. And this is the power and potency of the inquiry. Everyone is speaking I, me, my, you, me, be. But when asked for, okay, introduce yourself, no one has come forward. All this noise is coming out of a ghost. My words. Has anybody brought this one and says, this is the one who is making the noise. This is the one who is going to die. The body is completely innocent in all of this. It's functioning, doing its work. By divine decree, it's there doing its work. The body doesn't know it's you. The body's not running around saying, have you seen Angela? I can't find her. It's not doing it. It's completely innocent. Something is inside that is constantly holding the body like this is me and giving a name to it. When the attention goes, whenever this wind, this vibration of the fear, because it's not just the need to control, first something comes. Fear, threat to the sense of existence. Then the need to control and to manipulate then follows. And out of this, then anxiety is born in this moment. When that play occurs in you, don't waste energy trying to suppress it or to find a distraction. Let it happen completely, because it's taking place in your presence. Okay? Don't try to put any fire out, but be the space in which it appears. That intelligence. Don't identify, even if it takes the body and is thrashing around in the body. Take this attitude and say, okay, what is the threat here? If the threat is that I will lose the possession of this body, okay, go ahead. Can anybody do this? Say, okay, what is... The mind must have something to threaten you with. There must be something you want. Then the mind says, okay, yeah, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. And you go, ooh. Huh? Mind must have something to threaten you with. What is it? Why this control? The fear of annihilation, the fear of change also, because we imagine that change might be something negative, something bad, that you're not stepping up, you might be stepping down, all these things. Be daring at life. Say, okay, go. Turn me into a street beggar. But I'll be a free street beggar. Can you do it? And then you will see where the noise is shaking from. Others have done it. The fear is always greater than the actuality. Fear is always greater than actuality. And the fear comes lack of trust. So you feel you can take better care of you than God can take of you. He may have a different idea for you. It may not be what I want. The universe might turn me into another shape. I don't want it. So, the privilege is yours. Stay as you are. Carry on. You see? This is best wishes. And yet, this is also a play that consciousness is playing. Because there's no individual outside of that consciousness to decide to go and do something contrary to the permissive will of consciousness. Everything is consciousness. A human being is an effect in consciousness and not the cause or the controller of consciousness. Ponder over that. Human beings, human activity is an expression or an effect in consciousness and not the rulers of consciousness. For some, the loss of the sense of control is deeply an oppressive idea, while in others it's completely liberating. Consciousness is not twisting your arm. You're invited to see. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good.